His bail was set at $10,000, and as of this video's upload, he's still awaiting his sentencing. Despite being one of the best escape artists ever caught on camera, Larry's crimes are actually fairly innocent. Josie Aman, however, was the complete opposite to this. In May of 2021, 30-year-old Josie Aman allegedly followed a child in a Walmart. After the attack, the child immediately told her mother, who went on to confront the attacker. Josie fled the scene. 5 months later, cops are called to Josie's day job to try and confront the suspected criminal.
Does the name Josie ring a bell?
Yes.
Is he here? Okay. I got time.
When Josie arrives, he immediately appears uncomfortable.
In May, we got a complaint from a parent and a young girl at the Walmart in Alaska that involved you. Anything ring a bell to that? Okay. You ever been at the Walmart where you got chased out of the store? No? Okay. So we've got video of you getting chased out of Walmart by a mom. Huh? Okay, I do.
His wide, static stance may suggest tension, and he seems to be keeping his facial expression as neutral as possible. Predictably, Josie denies all knowledge of this incident. Watch how he reacts when he's shown some hard evidence.
Do you agree that this is you? No? Okay. Is this your truck? No? Is that something you've ever driven?
No, I ran over top of it on my truck. I was in a city cab.
You don't think that resembles you in the slightest? No?
I'm not gonna agree to that.
Josie manages to keep his expression relatively neutral, even when looking at a picture of himself at the crime scene. However, when the purchase at a Subway is mentioned, there's an obvious change in his body language. He begins to blink rapidly, which can be an indicator of stress or dishonesty. He does attempt to act surprised when the officer brings up that someone had used his debit card in the store, but the cop doesn't buy it for a second.
No? Okay. So we reviewed video
What the hell?
and watched the suspect
We're
of
gonna
this
go
whole
for it.
thing. Prior to this incident with the juvenile, was inside Subway and bought a sub sandwich. Huh? No? Okay. Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
We're gonna go for it. Fucking car handled it like a champ.
Dominic, you got a taser? Stop! You stop! Stop! Get on this ground.
Finally, there's 30-year-old Anthony Gaines. Anthony is approached by police and initially tries to play dumb, but what he doesn't realize is that these officers already know exactly who he is. What follows might be the strangest criminal encounter ever caught on a police body cam.
So it actually did let you in to charge it?
No, it's right there outside of the house.
Oh, so you left it there?
That's right here. I didn't go that far. I just went like 2%.
Okay, I didn't know you charged on the outside on the porch.
Yeah,
I got you now. I'm tracking.
Ice on the road today, guys. That's some black ice back there. It's only it's 21 degrees out.
Alright, long story short.
Don't charge my phone up. Set it on top of the grid. You cannot take it. Look, set it on top of the grid. Go to the side of the house. Go to the side of the house.
More ice. It's all ice. It's not snow on the road.
So it's still California where I can see it, right? You got this loud little Mickey Dance dogs that bark at me. So I know when somebody come up, I always gonna start barking. So when the dog started barking, I'm looking. Gotta be somebody over there. I'm looking California.
So you ain't got your phone, right?
No, they got my
Okay.
phone.
Alright, let me get him. Y'all just hang tight. Let me get him a call real quick.
That's why I kept on calling her name, checking my phone back. She
Alright.
like, she was on the way. I'm like,
So they like take him and put him inside.
and they took it. I ain't gonna get out the joint. They try to stay there in the back.
How old are these kids? How old are these kids? About. It ain't got to be exact. Stop. Okay. Alright.
One of them, whoever the gay one is, he's sweet as whoever the sweet one is, he's the oldest one.
Well, let me get him a call and see what's. Okay. Just give him a call.
While Gaines may seem relaxed, Gaines' overly familiar behavior can be a telltale sign that he has something to hide. The cops present are already aware that
We're just driving around in the foothills of Pennsylvania.
Hey, come here.
I'm actually running some errands, but it's like an hour drive, so figure I'd show people it's not too crazy out right now. This is just the aftermath of a crazy couple snow days out here. Everything, all the snow that fell the last couple days froze over when temps hit like 18 degrees last night out here.
With Gaines called, one officer searches him and retrieves what looks to be the case for a ring from his pocket. The other officer opens it and finds incriminating evidence inside. Gaines tries to play dumb, but the lie is obvious.
A lot of down trees as well. Took out a lot of trees.
Yeah, you know what it is. Oh, you know what it is in your pocket, man.
Looks like we got some ice up here.
You want to know?
Gaines makes the questionable decision to make a run for it while cuffed. The rest of this encounter is nothing short of insanity.
It's in your pocket. Hey, it's not. We got one running. She's on the rest, so I'm going to get it.
There's going to be a couple long dirt roads that I'm about to go down. They're probably going to be pretty frozen over with ice, actually.
For context, this arrest happened after the Black Lives Matter protests.
In like the next
As
like
officer
5 or 10
mentions,
minutes or
this
so.
wasn't his first time seeing
Oh, they're
this
gonna
kind of
look like that road
behavior,
there,
which
probably.
suggests that the offenders were trying to use the politically
Ice.
charged climate to their advantage too. Gaines tries to pull this stunt for more than 30 minutes, but the act breaks for a moment when the arresting officer has a laugh at his expense.
Okay, let's go. Hold on, I got my shoe. So you got two charges now, okay? I see you, shake my hand. You shake my hand. You got like you go down with all you doing. I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Okay. Shut up. Oh, my head, bro. You know I ain't lying, bro. I ain't do none of this, bro. Bro, you know, no, don't do it, bro. I'm gonna come up, bro. All right. Bang my head, bro. All right, stand up, please. Nigga, bang my head right on that metal, bro. Come on, stand up. Don't make it any harder than it is. Come on.
Now that he's committed to the act, Gaines starts demanding an ambulance and at
Trying to
every
fix my phone
opportunity
here.
does whatever he can to make cops keep
Keeps
here
coming loose
abusive.
with all the
Don't make it any harder than it is.
Come on, stand up.
I ain't making it harder. You just whoop my ass on that motherfucking pole,
We're
dog.
gonna have to stand up, okay?
Nah, bro, you just... Bro, give me an ambulance. No,
Ice on the bridge. Nice. It's all black ice back there on the sides.
I'm breaking the KRS code, man.
Come on, we got you, man. We got you.
Oh, man, stop. I don't feel right. Okay.
I don't think this road's seen a snowfall in probably
Gotta get in the car first.
since last winter.
I know the ambulance is the KRS code, man. My mom worked for the system, man.
In the
I'm
car.
really excited that you system too long. Go ahead, you do what you
Alright,
want.
so here's our first off-road adventure right here.
Hey, y'all ready to bang my head?
All ice and snow.
Leave out. Look, stay out here. Hey, leave out. Come on, in my mouth. Stand up. I know she is. Yeah, she went through the system. Don't worry about it. She went through the car. I'll watch out.
Okay, please stand up. Please stand up so we can have you in the car. Who won't get in? No, he pushed his way out. You just stay over there.
We got body cameras. We ain't got no body cameras. Hot tail.
again trying to appear a victim, Gaines makes a final attempt at persuading the cops.
Told you. Get the dog, nigga. Calm down. Don't be with the
There's some, like, slick parts.
Okay. Don't be with the Black Lives Matter.
But for the most part, it's not too
I
bad.
can't stand up. Keep in my head. Why can't you stand up?
Remember, I'm doing this in two-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive.
I'm about to pass out.
So, I just gotta be a little bit more careful.
I need some water. I'm finna die out. This cuss too tight. Now bang my head.
And,
Now throw me out this.
I meant to put my shovel back in the car. I forgot my shovel. I like driving around with a shovel in there during winter, in case I gotta dig myself out of something. No, I'm playing, I got a YouTube playing in the
Closed
background.
his head in the door of their patrol car, but he stops faking it briefly to yell at an officer. He then claims to have a pacemaker, briefly fakes passing out, and acts like the police are breaking
Sounds
every
like
bone
someone
in his
in the
body.
trunk. Yeah.
You want to get you in the car, okay?
Watching cop videos or whatever. Or not really watching, but listening.
You know that, right? Everybody out here.
So,
Y'all think I'm playing games because y'all think I'm gonna get you?
this almost looks like this is like fresh snow from last night, kind of.
You're not helping us.
Cops catch him smiling
Wow,
when they
it's
agree to
like
bring an ambulance, so he threatens a
12 to
lawsuit,
15
alludes to there
inches
being
deep on the
consequences
side
if
of
he
the road.
dies
Oh
in
boy, I
police
slid a little
custody,
bit.
and claims to have
12
history
to
with
15
one
inches
cop.
on the sides of the roads.
Down your hands, deal with it.
Slid a little bit back there.
Yes, ma'am. Ask somebody ain't giving no water yet, girl. Why ain't giving no water? I told you I need some water.
Yeah, this is all ice right here.
Need some water. I'm not gonna leave you, girl. You the same one that put me over that one night. Okay. Harassing me. Okay. About being black. Okay.
And this is probably going to be the worst part up here by the stop sign, where you got to like come almost to a stop to turn to go straight uphill.
Yeah, you'll get the rain. Really?
While Gaines
I'm just gonna
continues
roll
making
that
the
stop
scene,
sign.
2 officers search his belongings.
There we
One
go.
admits to his mistake when Gaines was
If I would have
first
stopped, I probably would have slid
I
backwards.
wasn't gonna let my dog out on him. He had cuffs on.
Just gonna take it nice and slow. This is all ice going uphill.
Nah, I don't. This is my car, so.
This is the part that not having a four-wheel drive vehicle sucks, because I gotta pull myself up the hill
It appeared to be
with ice.
a bunch of crystal rocks. Yeah. I knew something was in it, but I just. Right. I didn't want to check it. And I probably should have waited till I said anything about that. So, my bad.
Yeah. We didn't check his bag in there.
Yep.
He's got a gun.
It's pretty out here though.
While one of the cops feels certain Gaines will have
I
a
think
weapon,
that was the
they don't
hardest
find
part
one
back
among
there.
his belongings.
Like you shot it right. Like you shot it right.
And we'll see what it's like going downhill though. Shouldn't be too bad.
Look at this inside of it. Okay.
I just don't want to come to a complete stop ever.
His mama was like, he'll get up there, mama. His mama was like, she's sitting right there.
We don't want to keep trying to get him in the car and the
His mama was pretty much. Oh, just be quiet.
No, man.
I tell you.
You keep acting like you trying to help me.
Be quiet.
Stop acting like you was trying to help me, bro. You weren't trying to help me.
No, wait till mama will be out of there.
Everything's recorded. We got to die.
I understand, but his mama
I don't
his
care
mama
about y'all having that volume.
What's wrong
Don't
with
let that camera go to shit.
The one way or another,
Y'all
he's
should
going to get in there, though.
Huh?
The one way or another, he's going to get
Oh,
in.
he gonna get in. His mom do. I promise you, we'll get him in.
One way I'm going.
Nice and
He'll get
slow.
in. I promise you that.
The paramedics on site are also unable to convince Gaines to
Downshift.
comply. Although Gaines is more than happy
Ooh,
to
I am
repeat his list
sliding.
of complaints to the ambulance
I'm
crew.
just gonna accept the slide. I have no brakes right now. I cannot brake right here probably. There we go. Back into my car, slide out.
I got a line up. How about we get this stretcher out? I know, I need a lot to drink. How about we
As a result of this arrest, Gaines was charged with third-degree assault of a police officer, second-degree fleeing.
Internet will probably cut in and out every now and then. Service is usually pretty spotty in this portion of my drive.
was caught driving while drunk
cars
and tried
coming
to
that
fight
way.
her way to freedom.
No cars coming that way. Cool. I'm not gonna stop right on the dikes.
Stop. What are you doing?
When police initiated a traffic stop in Illinois in March of 2021, they came across an elderly driver who appeared to be driving dangerously, veering across the road and
this part here.
she
Forgot
decided to
about
act
this.
more like an 8-year-old than an 80-year-old, trying to kick and
Trying to
scream her
stand
way
in
out
the
of an arrest.
Hello.
What's wrong?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What is going on?
Okay.
I can't see, like, all these people are, like, driving all over the lines, whatever.
Okay. I stopped you for a few things when I was coming the other way. You had your high beams on at me. Are you? And then you hit this curve over here. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm trying. Like, all these people are, like, flashing lights all over the place. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
these
okay,
people
cool,
are
Brian.
driving,
Thank
like,
you.
in the wrong
I
lane.
usually, cause I can shift. I usually just downshift to gear 1 or 2.
I have insurance. Yes, I do.
Okay. You don't have to get upset. How much have you had to drink today?
Not much.
Okay. I can smell the odor of alcohol effect.
Well, like, a long time ago, I had, like, one drink. Did I have one drink? One drink, like, 3 hours ago.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna have you come out of the vehicle. Okay.
Well, okay, but you know what? I'm 80 years old. Okay,
I
so...
Phone service is horrible back here. That will make it worse. Alright, this is like the final boss section right up here, this cut through. I either cut through here or I add another 40 minutes onto my trip. Got what it's gonna look like further out in the woods. I wonder if they plowed the whole thing or if it's like a bridge and some thicker bodies of water out this way. And so far so good. All the little ponds out there are completely frozen over. Which shouldn't take long because I came down this way like 3 or 4 days ago and they weren't frozen. So it must have been pretty cold here the last couple nights. That's dirt road. This would have been a tough hill to get up 2-wheel drive. You can see how thick the snow is. I'm wondering if the road conditions will deteriorate a little bit more once they get past all these houses. Well, the good news is I could always turn around and go back the way I came because it's very clear, but it's just going to take me an extra 40 plus minutes to get to where I'm going. But whoever lives out here treats it. You know, sides of the roads and see 12 to 15 inches worth. Some of the cars in the driveways look just like normal cars too, so I figure they can get in and out of this road, I should be able to. Yeah, whoever did this did a good job. Looks pretty clear as well. Creek's partially frozen. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard. Oh, look. If I back up a little bit. I don't know if you can see it down there. It's starting to freeze up even on the river. I don't see any cars coming in. It's really hard to see behind me because of the hill. Oh, I got a lot of snow on my tires. Ice, I mean. My only complaint with Pennsylvania roads is like this road here's the road like in every other state that would be 55 miles per hour. It's just like a backcountry road. And I think it's a little too. Phone service soon. It is a solid 23 degrees out right now. Roughly 23, 21 degrees. I think anything under 25 degrees pretty much can start freezing instantly. Especially when you got that mountain wind chill factor in there. It's kind of windy out.
The owner of that bullet could have stepped forward and unleashed deadly havoc on the entire school. However, in a sudden turn of events, a student approaches the police and asks a strange question.
Did we find something? You know, guys, I had a bullet in my pocket, but it wasn't like, it's not like I'm planning anything. But I thought it was okay. I didn't know not a lot of people. Okay, why don't you go?
despite all evidence to the contrary, claims he's not planning anything, and they have to treat him as an immediate threat to the school's.
Well, let me ask you this while I got you right here. Just to be honest with you, you didn't bring any gun to school, did you?
No.
That's the only reason you had one round?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't like bring a gun to school.
No, okay, I know.
That's not my intention.
You know I gotta ask though, right?
Was there a bullet found though? Because it's gotta be illegal. When I looked it up, it said there's no statute for bringing up, like there's no law against bringing a bullet to school.
Okay.
I'm just like letting you know.
Despite Nolan's oddly calm demeanor and bold claims, the cops decide to search him anyway for the exact reason Nolan's already brought up. If he was a school shooter, he wouldn't tell them.
Alright, just turn around, face over here real quick. Put your hand on that table for me. Oh, I got one more. I got two. Okay, don't put your hands in your pocket. Just keep your hands on the table. Just put them on the table. Just put them on the table for me real quick, okay? So I'm gonna have to search you. 2 bullets in this one?
Literally, if I thought I was doing anything wrong, I wouldn't have been.
I got you. No, today's day is gonna be too safe for you.
Right there.
Okay, that's all of them?
Yeah, that's all.
So we gotta continue searching, that's all. So,
Literally half on there, so 22 rifles, not even an assault. It's not even an assault.
Sorry, 12-23. Are these from a range?
No, I have a Henry repeating rifle. Kind of just use it as like a thing to like comfort me a little bit.
At home or?
Yeah. I don't like, I'm not, there's no ill, I have no ill intention.
Nolan tells the cops that he's actually worried about the threat of guns on campus and keeps a weapon at home because it comforts him knowing he can protect himself. This might make sense to him, but the cops suspect there's something more to this story.
I know why I'm really concerned, but I'm really scared about that stuff when school shooters do. I'm like very, and it makes me anxious too that anyone can just walk into school and shoot it up. Like, are you worried about that? Yeah, I worry about that stuff a lot sometimes. Yeah, of course. Well, not, like, I don't carry it all the time, but I just literally carried it in my car. Like, I don't bring it in the school. Is there a gun in your car right now? Yeah. Well, let's go out.
You'll stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in my bag. It's not an assault rifle. It's literally a 22 Henry repeating rifle. I did that for small game. I just wanted to know if you have one there.
The atmosphere in the room changes instantly as Nolan admits to bringing a loaded weapon onto the school campus. The cops' perception of him changes from a confused kid to an active threat. And if he's comfortable bringing a weapon to school in his car, who knows what else he's not telling the officers. 2 cops stay with him in the office, and the rest head out to search his car.
Watch that.
It's right here.
Yeah, just leave it right there for now. It's basically like just a 22 rifle, right? Like something to shoot rabbits with. Yeah, squirrel. Yeah.
How to check if it's loaded?
We'll check it. But you put it in there, I think.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you gotta like cock that back to
Get inside.
this is how you
Yeah.
like the ratchet.
Chamber it.
The cops discover the weapon in his car and note down the serial number, but they struggle to determine if the weapon is loaded or not. So instead, they turn their attention to Nolan himself and try to decide what to do with him.
He's 18.
Yeah, he's 18, so I don't know what I guess the higher ups want to do. They want to take him out of here in cuffs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You verified that he's 18? So he looks on
Yeah, I can triple check, but
Is he a senior?
he's a junior. 18-year-old junior? Yeah.
Those are usually the ones that bring guns.
Meanwhile, back in the office, the other cops are trying to get to the bottom of why he'd even bring the weapon in the first place, especially if he wasn't planning on using it at all.
I don't bring the rifle because I'm like assuming I'm gonna have to use it. I just bring it because first of all it looks cool, and second of all it's like a comfort thing. Before I brought the gun, I'm pretty sure I was allowed to bring. Like I don't think there was anything saying I'm not allowed to bring it.
Okay, I got you.
But I know it's like
Are you a senior?
in the modern age. This is bad.
You're a senior?
No, junior.
Junior, okay. How old are you?
17.
Gotcha.
32. Sorry.
This is an issue that will come up a lot throughout the rest of this case.
Oh, that's cool. Look
Nolan
at the
fully believes
geese.
that there is no law stopping him from bringing a firearm onto school
Look at the
property.
geese.
But this is, of course, fundamentally incorrect. Ohio Revised Code Section
They're just chilling by the lake.
2923.122
Oh, there's a lot of them.
explicitly states that no
There's a lot
person
of
is
geese.
allowed to bring or attempt to bring a deadly weapon into a school safety zone. In fact,
Geese are
it even
freaking
bans the
assholes
possession
too,
of
man.
Objects that look like weapons as
If
they
you tried
may
to get out
incite
and go
panic, just as
pet one of
Nolan
them,
has
they'll
today.
fucking
Bear this
group
in
up and
mind as
attack
the
you.
investigation continues.
I just feel for having a gun prevents like altercations
situations, like online videos and stuff, like different outcomes and stuff. Like, there's one guy who's like 200 pounds bigger than this guy that comes up to his car and he's like, I want to fight you. Looks like he's about to rip him out of his car, and the guy just pulls out a gun, and the guy turns around and walks the other way, and it's like, that's all it is. He didn't even like do anything just because he saw the gun. And that's just like, can't think it's over.
So that could be a case, but another thing, so I'm a subject control instructor, so I teach all the police officers basically how to fight like martial arts and stuff like that. You've heard of this 21-foot rule, right? If somebody has a knife within 21 feet of you, they're more dangerous than the guy with the gun because they can clear that distance quickly.
Oh, wow.
But
Unfortunately for Nolan, though, it's time for him to face reality. He brought a gun to school, and despite him claiming school officials have already made their decision.
Well, surely you can liaise with a recommendation for expulsion. They have to hold what's called a manifestation determination meeting, specifically a gun and disruption and misconduct. Having the disruptions you could have. Sorry.
Well, the problem wasn't bringing the gun. The problem was I dropped the bullet. That was the problem.
And this still isn't the end for Nolan, as the cops take him into custody, and he's shown that the "it's not illegal if you don't get caught" logic is only a fallacy.
We talked to our prosecutor. It is against the law to bring a gun into what's called a safety zone or a school, right?
That's subjective.
What is subjective?
But you consider it like a safety zone.
Now's not going to be the time to contest it right now, okay? So basically what I'm talking
There's no law. Like, there's no statute.
I'm telling you there is.
It's a policy, not a law.
No, there's a state law in Ohio. There's also another.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. But we are arresting you. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
I'm telling you,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're okay. Go ahead.
Nolan was arrested and charged with improperly handling firearms, possession of a deadly weapon in a school zone, and inducing panic. He pleaded not guilty to all of these charges, maintaining his story from the body cam footage. It's all too easy for kids to cause such havoc, and it's lucky that Nolan decided not to use his weapon for evil, just as Michael Beaver did to kill his entire family. But before our next case, let's first take a moment to thank our sponsor, Incogni, for helping us fund these videos. Killing everybody inside. But less than a minute after the phone call began, Daniel could be heard screaming and begging for his life until the line went dead. Police arrived at the scene quickly and were greeted by a gruesome scene that had played out all across the house. Blood was found smattered around the porch, and a faint cry for help could be heard from inside. The plea came from 13-year-old Crystal Beaver, but everybody else in the house, except for 2-year-old Autumn, was dead.
One of these surviving Bever children, a 13-year-old girl, saying her brothers were fascinated by mass killings for at least a year.
Police heard commotion near the back door of the property and discovered perpetrators Robert and Michael Beaver covered in blood and smiling as if they were proud of what they had done. Robert was laughing and told police that killing more than one person had turned him into a god. Unfortunately, Robert's interrogation tape was never released to the public, but 15-year-old Michael's is fully available and gives us some insight into what drove these boys to commit such a brutal crime.
I was hoping maybe you could kind of just go back at the beginning when all this started and kind of tell me what happened.
A couple months ago, we started talking about rampage and stuff like that.
Okay.
I didn't take it seriously at first, but then he started buying like body armor and stuff.
Where did he buy body armor from?
eBay and Amazon.
Robert's room was found filled with weapons and body armor, including machetes, hunting knives, and daggers. Apparently, they'd been collecting all of this for months, but when their sister Crystal told their mother about it, she simply passed it off as normal, saying that boys will be boys, and there's nothing to worry about. She couldn't have been more wrong.
Where did you start buying guns from?
He bought them online. I think websites like Blood's Gun Shop, Amazon. He bought 2 Glocks, 2 Glock 41, and a shotgun. I forget, it's like a Mox Food, I think. Then he bought 250 shotgun rounds on eBay. And then I think he bought close to 1,000 rounds of Glocks.
Wow, okay.
Where was he supposed to get those?
The ammunition was being shipped to the house.
Knives and machetes were one thing, but guns and over 1,000 rounds of ammunition are a completely different matter. So once they'd ordered it to their house, they knew that their parents couldn't be home when it arrived. But what did they even need all of these weapons for? It doesn't take 1,000 bullets to kill 5 people. Well, it turns out that the brothers had a much much bigger plan.
Tell me more about making plans and what you guys talked about.
Making plans, we all plotted every night.
Why did you want to do it?
Because he just, he says he hates everyone. He thinks society is pointless. So he wanted to, beat, an amount of other famous people like Columbine and James E. Gibbons.
So did you guys have a goal? Did you have a number?
He just wanted, I think he wanted to kill 50. Okay.
The two boys stayed up late most nights talking and scheming, and once they realized they were both separately interested in murder, the die was cast, and from their perspective, there was no turning back. The boys had grown a bond throughout their lives due to their living conditions. Their parents, April and David Beaver, were somewhat abusive to their children. They were homeschooled and even told not to interact with children outside of their own family. This left them alone with their own thoughts a lot of the time, and their only perspective of the outside world was the one that they'd formed in their own minds. This is how they developed